Bud Light, the difference is drinkability. And by Tap Out, an expression of combat known worldwide, now available at tapout.com. Beautiful shot, the O2 Arena on the River Thames here in the UK. 2 weeks from tonight, we will be in Columbus, Ohio, but earlier tonight, the action was furious in the welterweight division as another one of Britain's own, Paul Telly's Kelly, welcomed Rude Boy Troy Mandalonis back to the UFC. Rude Boy Troy Mandalonis is set to take on Paul Telly's Kelly.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's fight!
And here we go. Rude Boy has the white on his trunks, and he comes out quickly.
Mandalonis, a nice knee as well. Paul Kelly just landed a nice left hook. Oh! It's a brawl already.
Paul Kelly. And the takedown by Troy Mandalonis.
Troy moves to half guard. These guys are going for it right away. What an exchange here.
Way to start.
They're just going at it full blast here.
Just as promised, these two men, mutual respect, mutual admiration, but they both, as Paul Kelly said, are properly pissed off as they get into this matchup.
Kelly goes for the trip, but Mandalonis countered it.
Mandalonis is not afraid to stand in the pocket. Looking for the uppercut. Paul Kelly has talked about perhaps going to 155 in the future. He was quoted as saying that, Joe, but he was already booked for a welterweight fight when he talked about that. So 170 tonight, Paul Kelly, Troy Mandalonis.
I think that's probably a good idea if you look at his body fat. You know, he's a strong guy, very stout fella, but it looks like he could probably make 55. I mean, especially if you look at a guy like Gleison Tebow.
Break.
They're gonna break. Kevin Mulhall, our referee.
Fight!
Wanting to get right back into the swing of things, literally, Troy Mandalonis.
These guys are keeping a really fast pace, Mike. Be interesting to see which one wilts first.
Joe, not far from our broadcast position, Quentin Rampage Jackson, a new member of the Wolf Slayer, yelling instructions to young Paul Kelly.
Paul Kelly just landed a couple good shots there. Nice left hook. Good knee by Mandalonis, though.
Kelly
nice
doing a good job.
From the plum. I like how he's landing those punches as Mandalonis was holding on to him.
Up and over. Now looking to change. Again, he does.
I like how he does that. Throws a hook and an uppercut in there. Very nice.
Which is going to make Troy Mandalonis.
Mandalonis stuffs it again.
Yeah, good sprawl. It's going to make Troy Mandalonis less, I think, less willing to get into that position with him because he's actually the one eating all the punches.
Well, you know what it is he's pausing in there, and Kelly just doesn't give him any chance to breathe. Both these guys are just fighting at such a quick pace.
Kelly had a legendary UFC debut against fellow Brit Paul Taylor. Fight of the night.
Oh, nice body shot. Vicious body shot by Paul Kelly.
Yep, that buckled him.
Oh, he got him to the other side. Very nice.
Mandalonis trying to answer. There's Quentin Rampage Jackson.
This is an awesome fight. These guys are nice, beautiful body shots by Paul Kelly.
Hands up.
Kelly with the first kick. And again he delivers to the body. Uppercut.
Don't stop. Paul Kelly, don't stop. He's almost out.
Quentin Rampage Jackson screaming, don't stop. Stay on him. Stay on him.
Yep, and Paul Kelly just looked right over. Nice job.
Takedown.
Full guard. 90 seconds remains in the round. He really shook him up with those body shots, Joe. And that'll take a lot out of a man's cardio.
Mandalonis is bleeding.
Good performance by Paul Kelly here in round one.
Mandalonis locking up his full guard here. But Paul Kelly is landing some very nice elbows on the top. Mandalonis rolling for an armbar. Paul Kelly's got to watch out for that left arm.
A lot of time, 50 seconds. Rude boy cut open on the left side. Kelly, Rampage calling for body head, Joe.
That's a nice advantage having a guy like Rampage in your corner, yelling. You know, you're standing right next to the cage.
How great did Rampage look after his training at the Wolf's Lair against Vanderlei Silva?
Yeah, they've got an excellent camp down there, man. Rampage very happy with his training there, and you know they've got a lot of camaraderie between that group.
Czech Congo looked outstanding, and of course Michael Bisping, a coach, USA versus UK on the next edition of The Ultimate Fighter. Dan Henderson, Team USA coach. Good
Paul
first
Kelly's
round for Paul Kelly's Kelly.
Covering Troy Mandalone's face and punching him.
Kelly's Kelly, second round. His nickname originated from his gym mates.
Fight!
Here we go, round number 2.
This is gut check time for Troy Mandalone.
No question.
Oh, nice left hook and a nice jab.
It'll be interesting to see if he comes out cautiously or wildly. He takes the kick and then falls to guard. Kelly was able to deliver punishment ground and pound in round 1. Kelly's nickname originated from his gym mates who say Kelly walks around with his arms out like he stole 2 Tellys. Paul Telly's Kelly, just a young kid, 24 years old. And now bleeding under the right eye is Troy Mandalonis.
Man, those elbows are nasty.
Those are vicious elbows by Paul Kelly.
Troy is trying harder to control Paul Kelly's posture in this round, but you know, he's already sustained a tremendous amount of damage. I mean, that is everything. Controlling the posture, keeping the guy from getting any leverage or weight into those elbows.
Troy Mandalonis started his training in 4th grade.
Let's be active.
B.J. Penn's father was his first trainer.
Man, look at these elbows.
All right, wait, let's go.
Paul Kelly's just really doing a good job of cutting Troy Mandalonis open.
Man,
Fight!
razor sharp elbows by Paul Kelly.
I love
Mandalonis,
that left hook that he's throwing. That is one of the most beautiful left hooks to the body that I think I've seen in MMA. And Troy Mandalonis' face is busted up, man.
Kelly looks outstanding. Hands in great position, Joe. Taken down.
Nice.
There's a lot of fight left in this Hawaiian, though. Troy Mandalonis.
Oh, he will not stop. He won't quit until his body breaks down. Troy's got a tremendous amount of heart. And look at that, full mount. This ain't over yet. He's got his back. This is huge.
This is big right there. He's got
This is a huge spot for
trying
Troy
to lock the body
Mandalonis.
triangle, Joe. He's in a great position here.
He's gonna try to flatten him out here. He only has one hook, now he's got both.
Troy Mandalonis.
He's got his back up against the cage. It's dangerous because he can turn and be on top of him, which he does.
Nicely done, Paul Kelly.
You know what? That was a product of Troy having his back to the cage right there, you know? And of not putting a body lock to secure the position.
He started that body lock, Joe, and then he went with the hook, and then once his one hip was turned, he can only go one way, and that's what Kelly was able to take advantage
On
of.
top of him again with these nasty elbows. He's relentless with his ground and pound from the guard.
.205 remains in round 2.
Troy's looking for an opening. He's looking for an armbar or something, but Paul is just relentless with these punches.
Get the sweep!
Troy's got to do something here.
Yeah, Rupo's got to defend himself. Yep, and then he
He's
tries
trying to roll over. Look at this. It's very close.
140 remains in the round. Mandalonis looking for the submission.
Oh,
But he just avoided having the fight stop, Joe. Because Kevin Mulhall just said you need to defend yourself. Under 90 seconds in round 2. Fight scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Paul Kelly at age 12 had his leg smashed on a motorbike. A smashed femur, 800 stitches, 13 skin grafts, traction for 6 months, 18 months of rehab. His left leg is numb from the knee up, yet he competes in the toughest sport in the world.
You can see the scar right there in his left leg. That's gigantic. That is a tremendous scar.
800 stitches. Mandalonis had his back for a second, Joe. That was reversed. Kelly got in top position. Tried to work a potential armbar, Kimura. That was avoided, and again, it's Kelly in top position. 30 seconds remains.
Kelly's really working on that cut. That palm down elbow where they press down, put the weight on the palm, and then drop down with the elbow. He's landed that several times, and the point of the elbow is just so nasty as far as like cutting the person's face up, and you see the effects of it all over Troy Mandalonis.
Well, when you talk about Mandalonis, he's a tough kid from a tough town, Hilo, Hawaii, and he's proving his toughness here through 10 minutes against the Brit. Well, BJ Penn said in the corner, as you heard, he can't take your left hook. Let's see what Rude Boy does early here.
I think Eric Apple was giving him some great advice there, telling him to work jiu-jitsu. He's had several near submissions, got his back, almost got an arm bar. I think if I was in his corner, I'd be telling him the exact same thing. Take him to the ground and try to submit him.
Well, he certainly doesn't want Kelly on top of him again.
No, I mean, Paul Kelly has got some nasty ground and pound. And Kelly's looking to get the fight right back to that same spot. And Kelly's face looks like he just woke up.
Unbelievable.
He doesn't have a scratch on him. His boxing is just really coming along.
Well, you know, you see all the improved striking coming out of the Wolf's Lair. You know, starting first and foremost by Michael Bisping.
Yeah, and you know, now that Rampage is down there, Rampage is training with Paul Kelly on a regular basis, and Rampage, of course, has excellent hands.
Trying to work with that jab, trying to keep the distance, trying to size up. Now he leads with the hook.
Troy's a little tentative in this third round.
He may feel like he's got one big burst left, Joe, and he wants to take advantage of it.
Well, if I was him, I would be looking for that takedown right now. I just think he's got an advantage in the ground game. Sometimes guys, though, they get hit by a guy and they want to prove they can hit him back. You know, they get beat up in the stand-up and they want to give it back to the guy. And he's got a cut on his nose now.
Man, Mandalonis is beat up. Bloodied but not beaten, not stopped. Over a year off due to injuries. Kelly so motivated after the loss to Marcus Davis. He wants a rematch with Marcus Davis, the Irish hand grenade. Of course, he's also said he might go to 55.
I think 55 is a better weight class for him if he can make that cut. I mean, if you look at him, like I said, he's a very strong guy, but he does have body fat on him, and that's going to be a huge problem when you get to the giants of the division, like the Thiago Alves's or the GSPs. They're just too big.
Well, we saw the difference in size in the well-publicized matchup with BJ Penn. Just about the midway point of the third and final round. The O2 Arena, London, England.
Troy is just basically standing in front of him at this point.
Well, Troy must know he's got to do something here different. Stuffs the second takedown attempt and gets his own.
There he goes.
And that was a tough takedown. The head went smashing on the canvas. Can he keep the position?
This is his opportunity here. He's got to take that over-under and take the back. He's got it. He's got the back. He's got both hooks in. Oh, he's down. Armbar. Oh! Let it go.
Joe, this is the same thing that happened when he went for the submission earlier.
And now he's in a bad spot with Kelly on top of him. He's got to immediately go to a sweep. He doesn't have that much time left. He had another excellent position where he had Paul Kelly's back for a brief second. And you know, that might be what happened there is he didn't grab the over-under. The over-under is one of the most critical parts about grabbing the back. You have to have over-under control in order to hold that position. Over the top of one shoulder, under the arm of the other, clamp it down, pull yourself on top like a backpack. It's Marcelo Garcia's style of taking the back, and it's the most important part of taking the back. The over-under, like when Eddie Bravo teaches it, the over-under is more important than even having the hooks in. Get the over-under first, then get the hooks in. Because you can hold on to a guy with no hooks in with the over-under.
Man, he is really, really listening to Rampage. Sit back, raise the posture, the whole bit.
Look at
Great
this,
show of
Kelly
class.
helping him out.
Yeah, great show of class. Here we go.
Fight.
Final minute of the fight.
Troy's got to just dump everything into another takedown and try to get this fight over on the ground.
Rampage just said 1 minute of your life. Oh, good jab by Kelly.
He shoots. He's got him.
Now, can he do something in 34 seconds?
Paul Kelly's got full guard now.
25 seconds.
From now, really all Kelly has to do is hold on to this full guard and ride it out.
Absolutely.
He's got this decision. And Troy has got 15 seconds left here. He's got to burst, pass, do something quickly. He can't just lay in this guy's guard.
10 seconds.
Wow. I mean, what is he? I don't know what he's doing here. He's just too exhausted.
Stand it up. Let's go.
Kelly looks like he just started the fight. It's been a long couple of months for Paul Kelly. He said he was embarrassed by his performance because it was broadcast live in the UK, but he got himself a little redemption here tonight. Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. Chris Lee scores it 30-27. Paul Sutherland, 30-27. And Howard Hughes scores the bout 30-28, declaring the winner by unanimous decision, Paul Kelly!
Unanimous decision victory for the kid from Liverpool. Here's Joe.
All right, I'm here with Paul Kelly. First of all, Paul, congratulations. Great fight. Probably your best performance in the octagon so far. You really showed some tremendous improvement, especially with your boxing. Beautiful hooks to the body.
Look, that's just the way I fight. I never fought like that in my last outing. I apologise for that. Gonna just thank Troy Mandalones. There was a lot of trash talk before on my behalf. I just had to put myself there, you know. He's a cool guy and thanks for the fight. Also, thanks to you guys, all the lads in the Wolves Lair.
Now, when you say that's just how you fight, meaning that you always have fought like this, it's just you're more comfortable now in the octagon, you get to show your true skills?
That means I've always fought like that. I never to Marcus because I tried to be clever. I'm not a clever fighter, man. It doesn't suit my style, so anyone that I fight from now on, the minute we step in here, respect gets locked with that door until after the fight. You me enemy until the referee's got my hands all day.
Well, awesome performance. We look forward to seeing you again. Paul Kelly, ladies and gentlemen.
Humble in victory, Kelly wins here tonight in London. At O2 Arena, London, England, in a heavyweight matchup earlier, Mike Cesna-Levitz made his long-awaited UFC debut against the UK's own Neil Goliath Grove. Debut for both men, Mike Cesna-Levitz fighting as a heavyweight against Neil Grove.
Okay, first round. You ready to fight? You ready to fight? Bring it on. Come on.
Grove in the white trunks. Cesna-Levitz in the red and black trunks looking for the early takedown.
Mike pulls guard. Grove's on top of him. He's got half guard. Mike's got an underhook on the leg. He's looking for a sweep. If he can get under him.
Cesna-Levitz is a good wrestler, Joe.
He's an excellent jiu-jitsu guy, too. He's got great guillotines, excellent submissions.
His game plan coming in is to expose what may be some ground weaknesses in Neil
Leg
Grove's
lock.
game.
He's turning in for a heel hook here, Mike. Neil is going for a straight ankle lock of his own. Mike's got to be careful here.
Cesna-Levitz, you hear Pat Miletich saying to come up on top.
Yeah, what he wants him to do is use this as a sweep and wind up on top of Neil Grove. Yeah, he's out. His foot is out. It's just.
It's
he's got it.
over. It is all over. Mike Cesna-Levitz
Very nice.
with the submission victory.
Very nice. We didn't even see that from
And
this
he
angle.
locked it in. Cesna-Levitz is in a lot of pain. Or pardon me, Grove is still in a lot of pain. Take a look at our replay brought to you by Harley-Davidson.
Neil Grove's in agony, and this is why. Look at this heel hook. I think he snapped his leg. Oh, man, his knee popped out there. You can see his knee wiggle there. Watch the torque that you get into this. This is an inside heel hook. When the heel hook goes across the body like that, it's even more dangerous. You can see there's a certain point in there where it looks like his knee moves at an unnatural angle. Oh! Ow. Having had 2 ACLs reconstructed myself, that's very difficult to watch.
Fight replay brought to you by the only motorcycles worthy of being in the octagon, Harley-Davidson. Neil Goliath Grove is up, but still in a ton of pain. Great submission win in his debut for Mike Cesno-Levitz. With the official decision, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Leon Roberts has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 3 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by tap out due to a heel hook, Mike Cesno-Levitz.
The game plan was fairly simple, and he executed it perfectly. Here's Joe.
All right, I'm here with Mike C. First of all, Mike, congratulations on your victory. Congratulations on getting into the UFC. Now, normally you fight as a light heavyweight, but you took this opportunity to fight a gigantic guy in Neil Grove. What was the thought process in that? Just figured just any opportunity to get into the UFC?
Hey, man, I waited so long to be up here standing with you. I was waiting for Joe Silva to call, and heavyweight, doesn't matter. I would have fought anybody on a day's notice, so I'm just happy to get my shot. I hope Neil's okay. I've trained with a lot of giants in my gym, so I've been training with guys that size for the last 5 years. I didn't think twice.
You caught him with a beautiful heel hook. If you look up on the big screen, you can see the heel hook. You guys were both going for him at the same time, but you got yours, a nasty one, inverted. And I think you said you heard it pop.
It's something tore pretty bad. I mean, I was trying to hurt the guy, but I wanted to win. Pat Militich is one of the best leg lock guys out there. He schooled me pretty good in the leg game. And saw the opportunity, and I heard him yelling from the corner, so.
Now, from this point on, do you think you'll be competing as a light heavyweight now that you're in?
Ideally, I should be fighting a light heavyweight, but Joe Silva gets me a fight at heavyweight again. I won't turn it down. I'll fight anybody in the UFC. I'm just happy to be here. Dream come true.
Well, we're happy to have you here. Congratulations. Mike Cesno-Levitz, ladies and gentlemen.
A dream come true and a dream realized tonight. Not only his debut, but he debuts with a victory in 1 minute and 3 seconds. A big smile on the face of Mike Cesno-Levitz earlier tonight, and he really epitomizes what it's all about. When the phone rings, you answer. If you want to be in the UFC, Mike over Joe Rogan. We got all 10 fights on for you this evening. We had some spectacular finishes. Our submission of the night, though, belongs to a familiar face. Our submission of the night brought to you by our good friends at Tap Out.
Damian Maia in this beautiful lateral drop takedown to a triangle really showed how he is the top submission specialist in mixed martial arts and one of the biggest threats at 185 pounds. Submitting Chael Sonnen, who's a very experienced fighter and a great wrestler, with a beautiful triangle for submission of the night. Well deserved.
Tap Out, an expression of combat known worldwide, now available at tapout.com. Now available for another, perhaps, title shot is Nate the Great Marquardt.
Yeah, Nate looked fantastic tonight. Just so solid at 185 pounds as well, and maybe we could potentially see a Nate Marquardt-Damian Maia matchup sometime in the future. He looked outstanding tonight, overwhelmed Wilson Gouveia in the 3rd round, finalized it. You know, he was doing very well before the fight, but here's the end of the end. He caught Wilson Gouveia with a flying knee, and once he clipped him with this flying knee right here, he just swarmed him. Kick, punch, just jumped all over him. Just combination after combination. Wilson wilted to the ground, and Nate Marquardt walks away with a TKO victory. Outstanding performance.
Indeed, it was perhaps the best performance of Nate Marquardt's UFC career. We know one thing, Dan Hardy, they believe is the next big British thing, and he proved that to perhaps be the truth tonight.
Well, he's young, he's brash, he's talented, and, you know, he takes chances. And he fought a very difficult challenge tonight, Rory Markham. Rory Markham is dangerous. He comes in looking to kill you. He's explosive, he's got knockout power, and he fights a very reckless style. And that reckless style cost him dearly tonight. Dan Hardy lands this beautiful counter left hook and finishes it off with the right hand for the victory.
So Dan Hardy 2-0 in his young UFC career, and Diego Sanchez 1-0 as a lightweight inside the octagon.
We got a lot of answers tonight from
Yeah,
Diego
we did.
Sanchez. Number one, we know that he can handle the cut to 155 pounds with no problem. He looked outstanding. His kickboxing is much improved. He showed a lot of versatility with his striking, and when the fight went to the ground, he showed that he attacks there as well. You know, I think 155 is a perfect weight class for him. I think he's going to make some big noise here.
Joe, I like the fact that Diego said to you that 155 for him is permanent for now, unless, of course, they want him to rematch John Fitch or Josh Koscheck.
Yeah, I think as long as he's got some time in order to put the bulk back on and fight comfortably. You know, he was in that weird spot where he's like, should I gain weight and try to bulk up and be stronger to deal with these guys like John Fitch, or should I drop down to lightweight? He decided to drop down to lightweight, but the other opportunity is still available. He could always just go back up.
And certainly Joe Stevenson deserves some credit. They go the distance tonight in the main event of the evening. 2 weeks from now, see you in Columbus.
Outstanding.
Rampage is back. You're not gonna
Rampage
hit
Jardine.
me.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's going to be good. Harley Davidson will present that one. For tonight, though, it is a night in which the Brit fans were entertained by Dan Hardy. You can check it all out, UFC.com, all the post-fight interviews also at uk.ufc.com.